So today we're going on a big adventure, and I thought I would take you all along with me. But first of all, we're up at Bill's mother's house in upstate, just north of New York City. And we are going to drive, I think it's about 2.5 hours upstate New York, and we're going to visit the family cemeteries and do like the winter cleanup and make them all spiffy for the new year. It's a small country cemetery. It's not really maintained by staff, so we're bringing the weed whacker and a rake, and yeah, so it's a little bit of a work in progress, but I thought it might be an interesting trip to bring you along with me. So stay tuned for the rest of the vlog. So I'm back home editing this video, and I realize there are a few things that I probably need to clarify so that this makes some sense. So these are just some editing notes from future me. First off, I just wanted to say, during this drive, Bill's mother really told a lot of stories along the way and talked about different places they went to that were along the route. I didn't include all of them because I felt like maybe, well, first of all, the video would have been too long, and maybe it wouldn't have been that interesting. So I did include a couple of little stories, and those are the ones that you're going to hear in this upcoming clip. So while I was editing this, I did decide to blur over some family names and cut those names out of the soundtrack just to maintain some privacy. And I hope you will understand why I did that. The internet is a crazy, crazy place. But I did want to share the bulk of this video with you because I thought it was fun, interesting, and something a little different for my channel.
So they're all changed from way back, so nobody else is really familiar. So anyhow, hi!
Granny B.
Right. So,
we ate in a fun little place last night in Stamford.
Oh!
It was John the Baker.
John the Baker.
Oh!
And it was a little Italian restaurant.
With pizza.
Huh. It was so cute.
Huh.
And they had a guy singing karaoke in the back.
Really?
Way in the back of the restaurant. He was belting out some songs.
Yeah, he was. What is this place over here?
It's a
big
now.
Establishment. Look, see what the sign says.
Olivet University.
A lot of it is dilapidated. The windows are shot and everything. This is the newer end of it. And see over in there, there's some ball fields and stuff.
Used to be a school for wayward boys, I think.
Yes, something on that line.
Oh, really?
Yes. All right, so this is
This is it.
West Coast
Next
Reformatory Church.
Yeah. One funeral was there of one of the relatives. Here we are.
It's kind of a narrow swing to get in here.
And
Grandpa's down near that, down towards that tree.
Yeah. There was another tree and it had fallen down, and Charlie went and got it out, dug it out.
So I think we're in this row here, I believe.
Yes.
You think he's under that tree?
No. See the little bush?
Yeah.
He's the stone past the bush.
In between the bush and the tree?
Out there by itself, the white thing's
got like a slanted top.
I believe that's it. Yes, slanted top. So we'll go take a look first.
This is
where my great-grandfather, his two wives, are buried.
Yeah.
Okay.
His first wife died when my grandfather was born, following up childbirth, and then he took on another wife.
Two more wives?
No, another wife, and had two more children, which was Aunt Marion and Uncle Charles.
Okay. It's a pretty big cemetery.
Yes. And it's always well kept. And someone said recently They suspected because of the church.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want your place right next to the church to be... Here he is, to do his duty.
And this is uneven walking.
So is this one of our Nivers?
Maiden name was a Niver, but I never
No
been
relation?
told anything about this one being connected. And one time when Charlie was here, you see that tree bush there? There was another one a few feet from it, and it had fallen down. And so he dug it up, you know, and took it. And way down in the back end there.
Charles C. The C stands for Cephas, which is an Old English name, Cephas. And he lived all the way till 1944. He was born in England about the time of the Civil War. Once he had come to America, he wanted to be a farmer, and I believe his father was a tailor. His father was not real happy with the fact that he wanted to go to America and become a farmer. Started working for a local farm, built up enough money where he could buy a plot of land of his own, and then he went back and rode the Queen Mary back to England to take his wife, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And then they came back and set up housekeeping here and everything, and this was the church that he went to. She died, I don't know, 5 or 10 days after childbirth of my grandfather, Bockwell William R. the Sr. And so she died in 1894. Then he remarried and took a second wife and had 2 more children.
Yeah.
And his second wife actually outlived him by 12 years. Pulver is a family that my father had several friends, boys he grew up with, were named Pulver. Pulver's a very popular name.
Common name in this area.
So is Niver, actually.
And we're north of the city by...
We're north of the city by approximately 3 hours. So
3 hours north of New York City.
It's farm country up here. No, I mean...
So we're a little bit closer to the church, and of course this is the oldest part of the cemetery. I just wanted to look around. A lot of the headstones, you can't even read the dates on it. This is 18, gosh,
That looks like
47.
And you notice on these older ones they say what your age was.
Yeah,
'cause
18 years old.
There was another one who's 5 years old.
Oh, so sad. Well,
1838, 5 years old.
no, I can't. This one I can't, it says age and I can't read.
Well, it says died to June 28, 1840. Something in the 60th year of his age.
Okay. Wow,
Because
60 years old would be a long time to live in
That would have
in
been
the
that would
1840s.
have been a town elder.
A town elder.
Well, if you lived that long, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Does that
then-
say 1815?
That's what it looks like.
Wow. I'm just going to walk to the end of this row, and Eddie's just propped up.
Died October 17, 1848 in the, that looks like 99th year of her.
That does look like 99. Are you kidding me? Well, I guess it happened.
It happens, it's rare.
Well, we're growing one of those. In this section, we're walking through the cemetery, and I make that comment, we're growing one of those. And what I wanted to clarify here is that Bill's aunt is approaching her 99th birthday. She'll be 99 in about a month, and she still lives on her own. She doesn't drive, so she has someone who helps her run a few errands, and the family checks in on her frequently, but yes, she's going to be 99 years old. That's quite an accomplishment.
Henrietta, daughter of William and Eliza Holzapper.
8 years, 11 months, 24 days.
Yeah.
Some of these have been repaired. Oh, here's one, 1825. So that's my mother-in-law, 91 years old. Walked all the way up there by herself, paying her respects, as she said, tapping headstones with her cane, as she does. God love her.
This is Copake Lake, and actually, if you recall, dear, we watched a TV episode
I thought we did.
about those guys who were looking
For a place.
They worked in New York City, and they wanted to get a place up at Copake Lake.
It's like lakeside living. I can see why this attracts a lot of people. It's really beautiful.
Well, my father told a story about how he and his 2 best friends, which were the Pulver brothers, had cut school one day because they wanted to go down fishing down on the lake here. And apparently my father caught a really big trout, and so they all came running back into town to ballyhoo their yeah, to ballyhoo their large catch. I think it was over a 10-pound trout or something, and you know, a big deal and everything like that. But unfortunately, the notoriety of having caught the fish during a school day eventually got back to his parents.
I bet he got in trouble.
He got in trouble. Yep. But
That's funny.
Dad was he really liked to fish. Then there's the farmhouse will be on the other side.
Your great-grandfather.
This is my great-grandfather. And you can see the cows laying up in the...
Yeah. Oh, they're all laying down.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. No, there's a couple of them.
So this was the
Just
farmhouse.
as many up as down.
So he came from England and built this farm.
Well, after he worked a farm. And
After he worked a farm.
The farmhouse...
There's,
I think the farmhouse is the front one here with the green...
This with the blue.
And this one right
trim on the
here
dirt.
is-
That's the house
That's-
that they lived in.
That's the farmhouse. And rural
You know,
cemetery.
You can see, old. It's been here a long time.
And you can see the care here has been a little bit less.
Yeah.
Guess
we're
in
just on a little path
I
here.
guess in past years, I've always gone to West Copake, but I guess if you were really pinched for time, this is the one that needs the attention. So as we made the turn here,
And we're going to see the outhouse.
you can see the
building
white
is still there.
building.
the outhouse?
This was the outhouse.
Oh my God, this white building.
It was a.
And not this end, but
The far end was a nice 3-holer.
Yeah.
So there was no waiting.
That's
You
hilarious.
can take a peek if there's a.
No, I'm not going in there.
sign.
So that's William and Yelena.
Yeah.
Lester is on the flat. Dad's
Okay.
on the far side with the Niver side.
They
So-
haven't been here yet with the new ones, I don't think.
So we're gonna go do a little
walk back.
maintenance.
So this is your grandparents.
This is my grandfather.
And is this your dad here?
This is my dad.
Oh.
Gotta clean him off. Now you know why I wanted a leaf blower.
Yeah.
That's why I brought
So-
the broom.
But once I get
do it
done
after
trimming
you do
up,
it.
we'll be able to.
Yeah.
June 5, 1925.
So this is Alti.
Henry Niver and Altie Schutz
Altie, it was
Shucks.
96, I believe.
and Kenneth Niver.
Kenneth is hanging in our living room.
Yeah, they passed on.
I mean, his portrait's hanging in our living
Yeah.
room.
And so,
And this is where the perpetual care thing was always.
And Kenneth.
But someone swiped it.
So I'm doing these little add-ins down here in my living room because I wanted to insert a photograph of Kenneth. When I said he's hanging in our living room, I meant a picture of him is hanging in our living room. And he died at a very young age in a hunting accident. And I'm not sure how old he is in this photograph. It's a photograph that's been hand painted, and it's in one of those frames that has like the domed glass. So I'm going to do my very best to try and capture that appropriately for you. So I also realized I never closed out the vlog, and I'm going to do that right now. I hope you enjoyed it. We had a really lovely day, sharing memories, paying our respects, cleaning up the gravesite in particularly that one older cemetery. So if you are new and just stopping by, I do publish videos every Saturday morning, and I'll leave a link right here to last week's video. And if you are stopping by for the first time, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. Just click on this little bee icon and that'll take you to my subscription page. Thank you so much, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.